Excited that you stopped by my page. My name is Yarli Jafraud, UX designer for over 15 years. I started my career really as a web designer, also developing a lot of e-commerce brand experience, building things from beginning to end, understanding the vision and strategy that companies were trying to do, small businesses primarily, to bring things to their customers and really create that relationship and build and grow their brand and their business as much as possible. So not just from the user lens, but also from the business lens as well. My number one design implementation that I always use is accessibility first. The reason is they've done a lot of extensive research for accessibility. Example I like to use is think about 1,000 people being on the floor and you got these elevators, right? These elevators don't just benefit the people that can't walk, that they're on wheelchair, because that's primarily why they include a lot of elevators, but it benefits everybody across the board. We all can get through the floors that we're trying to go to. I'm sure many of us are not trying to climb up 50 flights of stairs in order for us to get to our next destination. Recent projects I've worked on, mainly been in the financial sector for the past 7+ years. I enjoy it quite a bit. I've been in healthcare and also did quite a bit of work in e-commerce, but I really like to see products develop and evolve and keep nurturing them to grow further, to be much smarter, more capable, and optimizing processes for internal organizations throughout every company's, every client that I've worked with. And Morgan Stanley, I'm showcasing one work, as you can see, that really caters to internal users that do billing within the organizations. And they process quite a bit of billing data across the board. One of the highlights of that project that I've done is this workshop session where I was trying to figure out the initial table that they look at, this data grid, what should the column sets be? So we did a workshops where I each asked them several questions to figure out the priority of their personal set of what is most important for them to the least important for them, and then I aggregated all the data together to figure out exactly what should that default column set be. And it was pretty accurate to really help me move that project along. Another project I worked on is for Sendata Technologies. Their clients were home health aid agencies, and we had to provide a centralized platform with these different product suites so that they can do payroll, intake patients that come into these agencies that need to be taken care of and be scheduled. I had a scheduling system, as well as make sure that the insurance payments were going through with the payers that were responsible for paying for those particular patients. There's a lot that came into this play, as well as a tablet application for nurses that went out on the field to make sure that they have the system to be able to enter and assess patients accordingly. And for Broadridge, one of my biggest, longest clients I've worked with, we've launched a mobile app for proxy voting. It was the first of their kind. They didn't really have much mobile apps inside of the organizations for end users like me and you to be able to go inside of our proxies, no matter if we're Charles Schwab's, TD Ameritrade, which most of us neglect, by the way, just to vote for who should be members at this company, right? We have that rights if we own shares of a company. So this mobile app allowed everything to be pretty seamless. I even use it myself till this day. I don't have to go inside of each individual proxy link in order for me to vote. So it really made my life much more efficient. And the goal of it was to bring a younger demographic to proxy voting, because many of them will get this piece of paper in the mail and they'll throw it away. They won't even look at the website or anything like that. So this really helped optimize as much things. And for the past year, I've mainly been working on this human resources application for Morgan Stanley, building things from the ground up. Talk about politics. There's a lot of that went on in the beginning of this project, but that's where you have these soft skills that you really put to play, because you learn to read the room and understand people's dynamics, how they work and functions. So you build that trust so that they can give you more trust to do your job much more better. As UXers, sometimes we lean on that so that they feel comfortable letting us do much more with the users and giving us much more time for our research and our processes. In the beginning, it was rough, but we are at that point now where the product is launching Q3 of 2023, which I'm super excited about and looking forward to seeing how it evolves. We'll be continuously doing some evaluation testing with users to see how and where can we improve this product and go on to phase 2. So this is pretty much overview of me. Outside of design, I'm into music production. I've done quite a bit of work working with brands like Samsung, Kellogg's, doing commercials, as well as placements on television shows with original songs that I've worked on with fellow artists. So my other side is there, as well as being inside of investments. I'm I'm very passionate about investing. I even have another brand dedicated to sharing my knowledge with others. So I have a bit of a community that I can bounce ideas off of, and they can bounce ideas off of me. So a lot of things that keeps me nurturing in real estate and helps me grow in terms of spawning my creativity and managing things to be as good as it can be. So if you have any questions for me, you can email me, Yarly at YNODesigns.com, about my processes, about the works that I've done, as well as client reputations. I'm always here for any dialogues, any questions that you may have. Well, peace. So I look forward to hearing from you.